So now that we're rolling,
Yeah.
what's your show like? Is it just conversation, or is it kind of thing where there's going to be like a lot of medical questions?
So many medical questions.
Okay.
Did you bring your bill of health?
I brought my chart just in case. I didn't know if it was one of those medical shows.
Yeah, CSI
Yeah.
Las Vegas, special guest.
It
Spiro and
happens a
Vicki.
lot. Then you want to know other things, personal things about me, like how often I get a pedicure and manicure. I brought all those records too.
Did you read my notes?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I did briefly, and I noticed that part. Yeah.
So
a lot of grooming.
So when you're getting a pedicure, do you like when they touch in between your toes or just pet the swole of your foot?
I never had a pedicure till I was about 48 years old, and Shanika, my best friend, drugged me into Neiman Marcus, where she was working as a waitress. She's a comedian, a great comedian, but she was working as a waitress, and there's a spa there, and she's like, "You're gonna get your feet done," because my nickname is Blackfoot Barbolak, and so she took me. I made a big appointment for you, the whole thing, the pedicure, the spa. So I go in there for the pedicure, and this big Russian woman just looks and she goes, "Oh, I'm going to have to cancel my appointments for the rest of the day." And then she just, and the next day she quit. No shit, she really quit.
Yeah.
And then I said, "I'm never getting another pedicure again. It's so horribly humiliating." And then Cynthia Levin, my good friend. Oh, also the next time I went by myself, this guy's like doing him, and he goes, "Horrible!" Like that is one word he could not say in Vietnamese. He just had to scream out "horrible." And I'm like, "That's it." And then Cynthia Levin, my other comedian friend, she was very depressed on her birthday, and she said, "Do you want to hear this?"
Yeah.
Okay. So she said, I said, "You should come down to my trailer in Oceanside and relax. You'll have a nice birthday." She goes, "Okay," and I just want a pedicure. I'm like, "Oh, I can't say no," because she's depressed.
Right.
So we go. She gets here, and we go to the salon right by my trailer park, and I sit down. And the bowl gets black immediately. The bowl water just turns black.
Oh my God.
And the woman stands up and goes around to everybody, chair by chair, and says, get up, come and see the black bowl, come and see the black bowl." Cynthia Levin is dying so hard, she is over her depression, completely over her depression.
Oh my
And now
goodness.
I have a depression.
Oh, no.
Yeah, well, yeah. No.
Oh, they weren't ready for old Blackfoot Barbolak.
Never. Oh, I hate them.
So, I mean, I've never had a pedicure. I had a massage.
Never had one. That's
Never.
great. Lou's never had one either.
Never.
And never will he get one.
I'm not ticklish, but I don't like people touching my feet.
It makes you laugh. So I also laugh my ass off. Finally, I just bought this. It's a cheese grater, but they call it a petty grater. But you can also use it for Parmesan. It's exactly the same.
Sarah had one. She would just be grinding her little heel in bed. And I'm like, let's go to the restroom when we're doing this. Let's not have foot flakes in the bed.
She does it in bed. I do it on the side of the bed. I'm classy.
Just keep it off and just kick it under the bed for later. With all the Amazon
Jimmy,
packages.
come here. He loves the shavings.
The old Barbolak
Good for their
Parmesan.
skin. SPCA is going to call me tomorrow.
No. Well,
You really, ma'am, you're not allowed to give your dog foot shavings. Really? I thought the collagen was good for them.
We'll redact all the pertinent information. So
I don't care. You know what, guys? I'm not kidding. It's all true.
Well, Vicki, thank you for doing this. I'm excited.
Thanks for having me, Spiro. You know, big fan of yours. I'll do anything for you. You do such nice things for me. You're doing so good in our show in Vegas.
Aww.
You're just taking the show and making it better every week. And now you're just doing more fun in the crazy intermission and the trailer park trivia game. And now the dress for $1 and then the, find your way to the bathroom blindfold game. All the things we do at the show.
Yeah.
You're just doing a great job. Who's touching my butt?
Great game.
That's, again.
I purposely lose just so I can keep playing.
A lot of people said we wouldn't get away with Who's Touching My Butt. But the thing is, we're in Vegas. And the other thing is, if we, as long as you say you won't do it and you go ahead and do it, you're fine.
Yeah.
I mean, we agree we will not do Who's Touching My Butt. That's an HR nightmare. Agreed. But yet we do it. And what, is the police coming? No.
No. I think that's a good idea that we had to make them sign waivers before they come to the show.
Yeah.
That way.
Exactly.
Protects everybody.
Right. I mean, though, I completely agree, but I could bust through almost any waiver. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know, but the thing is, what's the wrong? I mean, somebody touches your butt. Ooh.
Unless you have a flat butt, like,
Yeah.
I don't know.
Right. Exactly.
Like, we don't have anything to worry about. We like getting our butts touched.
I think it's fun.
It's fun.
And I like guessing who's touching.
Yeah.
You know, everybody has a different. Yeah.
And you can tell if they're like a working class person by the grit of their hands.
Yeah.
You could tell, you know, if they're maybe got a child because they cut
Right.
it a little bit different. you
Nails,
know, they
girls.
pamper it.
It's like playing Guess Who.
Yeah.
With just fingers on your butt. Your fingernails. Yeah, she seems like she might be blonde. Yeah.
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 We should patent that game. I like
We
that idea. Guess who's touching my butt?
You can only play it at our trailer park party at Jimmy Kimmel Club.
That's right. For those of you who don't know, Vicki is the resident headliner at Jimmy Kimmel's Comedy Club on Tuesday nights. Trailer Nasty Tuesdays or Trailer Park Tuesdays?
It's Trailer Park Party.
Trailer Park
It's
Party?
called a million things, but the official name is Trailer Park Party, and Spiro is a big part of it. So as often as he's in town, he is at that show.
It's so much fun. Every Tuesday,
Yeah.
it just... I mean, even before COVID, it was just such a wild, fun, cool environment to do comedy in.
It really is. It's a great room, and the vibe is great, and the audiences are always so much fun. So I just walking around the promenade out front, you know, and meeting people, and then down in the bar. It's like the most kick-ass bar in Vegas. Do you
Yeah.
think it's one of the top bars in Vegas?
It's unique because it's cozy.
Yeah.
Like, you don't feel like there's a lot going on, but you
Right.
don't feel like there's
Yeah.
a lot going
Right.
on. So you like... It's like a good, just like kind of chill. Like it's modeled off of like Jimmy Kimmel's
His
home, I believe.
particular bar at his house.
Yeah.
Copied from there.
So it's very
That whole
comfy
wall.
and cozy, and you want to hang out with your friends and
Yeah.
have a drink afterwards. Like it's
Yeah, and Lou plays music before my show and after our show, which is really fun. And then generally I see people drinking there all day.
yeah,
You know, because it's got really cheap drinks,
yeah.
and it's a very nice environment.
It
So
is.
it's kind of a secret place.
Secret place. Don't tell everybody, but tell everybody to come on Tuesdays.
Yeah, and to drink during the day. What the hell?
What the hell?
I drop in.
So when you first heard that you were getting a residency in Vegas, like what was? I mean, were you excited, nervous? Thought that it wasn't your cup of tea? Like what was going through your mind?
I never saw myself as a person who would be in Vegas. I mean, what comedian doesn't think they're going to be in Vegas? I guess it just never occurred to me that I would be in Vegas. And I'm like, what? You're kidding. And then so I had that residency before the shutdown, and we were walking around with the Caesars guys, and they're like, what room would you like, Vicki? And I'm like, the ladies' room. You know, that'd be any room. That'd be fine. Have a show right here. And then you know, they were looking at other rooms, and then the Jimmy Kimmel Club was like my most ideal.
Oh,
and then
okay.
they worked it out with Jimmy Kimmel agreed, and then COVID came, and that was over. And I thought I'd never. And I always said it was a time in my life. Don't look back, just look forward, but be grateful because it was so much fun.
Yeah.
And I never thought it would come back. And then completely different company now calls me up and they want to meet me, and I think they're going to give me a residency at like the Rio. I'm like, great, love the Rio.
Right.
And then no, it was again Kimmel's. I didn't even know it was opening. I was like, literally, I cried. I was so happy.
Yeah, it was crazy out here because nobody knew Kimmel's was opening. And then you texted me, and then I
Yeah.
heard everyone being like, I don't think Kimmel's was opening, but they said they're opening soon. And I was like, I'm not allowed to say anything,
Yeah.
but I kind of
Yeah.
got a little inside secret that I have to
Yeah.
hold on to.
Yeah. I heard a rumor that another large comedy club might be coming to Vegas.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, but
Ooh.
it's just, I can't say anything.
Dropping some rumors.
RUMOR.
Oh, I was like, was that
Yeah.
a hint for what the comedy club was?
It's a comedy
She
club.
spelled rumor.
I'll say one thing. It's a rumor. It's just a rumor, but it's a comedy club that's based in Hollywood.
Oh.
So there's a few of them, so that's all I can say.
Okay. We had, I believe we had two of the ones that are in Hollywood. I think they were here for a little bit as well. back in the back in the 90s.
I think they all were, right? Because
were they?
Mitzi had the Comedy Store in Las Vegas for like a week, right?
Like
a week
Riviera,
or two.
right, right.
And then wasn't the Improv here for a while? Of course.
Yeah, that was at Harrah's, and whenever I was there, it was always Ralphie May or John Caparulo.
Right.
Were always there.
And he's going to be on after our show now.
Yeah.
And now, and then the Laugh Factory's here. So
yes.
all three of the Hollywood places have, the actual, places that we all know, have been here. But there's a rumor that one may be coming back, but it's just a rumor.
Ooh,
a dirty rumor.
Dirty rumor.
I heard it in the bathroom the other night.
Ooh.
Uh-huh.
It's the dirtiest of rumors then.
It was,
can't get any
there was a big flush and it was over, but I couldn't hear the end because it was a flush so loud.
Oh my goodness. I love it. Well, I mean, speaking of, this isn't a rumor though. I mean, you brought up Mitzi Shore, and that's those stories that you tell me about your interactions, your experiences with her, like, I absolutely just eat them up because it's obviously a legendary figure, and you've had a pretty unique relationship with her, and she was a big supporter of yours.
Yeah, I feel so grateful that she was like there. I was one of the last groups of people that she got, that got to work with her.
Right.
And she saw me one night in La Jolla because I always, that's where I started, La Jolla Comedy Store.
Right.
And I was so bad that Fred Burns, the brilliant manager, he's just the funniest man. He was so funny, the Coen brothers put him in one of their movies. He just stood there and told jokes on the side of the street.
Oh, wow.
He had spinal bifida, just fucking brilliant comic. And I was so bad when I started. And plus, I'd taken the Sandy Shore, Mitzi's daughter, Polly's sister's comedy class.
Okay.
When I started, and Fred thought if you took that comedy class, you just were worse than dirt.
Right.
So, and then I was really terrible. So combining all that, like every Saturday, I'd call in to see if I got a spot. Sunday, the open mic, no. So I'd have my daughter Emily, who was like 10, 12, call in for 2 years, no, because she didn't mind. She'd go, hi, it's Vicki Barbolak. Like she just had a cigarette and a vodka. And they go, no. And she'd go, mommy, together. But anyway, Fred didn't know that I was working really hard in bars and clubs every night, wherever I could. And I came in every Sunday after open mic, after I'd done a bar somewhere, with baked goods for the staff.
Oh, my
because I
goodness.
baked on Sunday. Anyway, that Sunday I was standing at the end of the bar, and it was all dolled up. And this woman walked in, and there's this big hush in the room. Everybody goes, rum, 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 rum. And then somebody said, Mitzi's here. I didn't know who Mitzi Shore was.
Right.
No idea.
Right.
And so in a few minutes, the bartender comes up to me and said, Fred wants to talk to you. And I go to Fred's office. He goes, Mitzi wants to see you on stage. I'm like, okay. And I just,
Just because you were there?
Yeah, she saw me, and she wanted to see, somebody said I was a comic. And so all the other comics that came, like a lot of people come down from LA to showcase for her there because it's safer than Hollywood.
Right.
And so she was doing a showcase, but I didn't know anything that was going on.
Mm-hmm.
I just couldn't believe I finally got on that stage, and I was so happy. And I jumped up and I had a really fun set because I'd been working so hard. A solid 10 minutes.
How many years in were you? Or?
I was about 4 years.
Okay.
3 years.
Okay.
3, 4 years. So I had a solid 7 to 10. And so she and it went really well. And I'm walking back down the hallway, and she sits at a booth at the end, and she goes, so I sat down, and she goes like this, sat down next to her, and she goes, you're very funny. I'm making you a paid regular. Now go away. Now go away. I go, okay. So I go out in the lobby, and Bobby Lee's there. Bobby Lee started before me in San Diego, but I knew him really well. And he's standing there, and I go, Bobby, what's a paid regular? I had no idea what a paid regular was. And he goes, a paid regular, Vic, you get to go to Hollywood. Woo! So I went out in the hallway and the alleyway, and I just started screaming. I was so happy, and I go, I had this really big feeling that my life was going to be different after that moment. And that was just so great. And then I went to Hollywood the first time, and in the OR, and I just didn't have it. I was all like, that room just and then Mitzi said, go back to San Diego and get, do it. like that. Okay. And then Jeff Scott, the piano player, just comes up to me and goes, I think you're really funny. You just need to see this room. You can't just walk into this room. You need to spend time here.
Right.
I go, okay. So I would drive up there 2 nights a week just to sit in the OR.
Wow.
And then I kept working in San Diego, and I didn't know when I should call back, and I called back like in 6 months, and Mitzi gets on the phone. I said, it's Vicki, should I be calling in? Mitzi, give me that phone. She goes, Vicki, why took you so long to call back? I go, I didn't know. You're here, come next Saturday. And I was in the main room for opening it for years after that. Yeah.
Wow.
Then she'd always give you a 9 o'clock opening for me. Open. And then every like 6 weeks, she'd give me the third spot. She goes, I just wanted you to know where you really are. Back to opening.
Oh, wow. So it was like a fun mentorship.
Yeah, fun boot camp.
But she had your back. She knew right away that there was something about you that she knew was going to be special.
She really was great. And she did, it was like, that was, nobody else in LA would talk to me, no agents or managers, other than to say, you're too fat, you're too old, you're too ugly. And they say it right to your face. Just to save you the bother of trying. They think they're being kind.
Right.
And so, just a few people told me that, and that was enough. And I'm like, yeah, I'm not going to get any representation. I didn't try anymore. But I just said, just keep doing stand-up. That's what you love, and get so good you won't be ignored. That was what Steve Martin said, and that was my only mantra. For a while, I started thinking, maybe Steve was wrong. I probably should have done a little more hard work in the business direction. But anyway, it all worked out. But Mitzi, I always think to myself, man, if one person believed in me, I'd rather it was her than anyone else.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And I think that's why I enjoy, besides the fact that you're just an amazing person, I think I enjoy watching you and being around you the most is because I know your story. I know all the ups and the downs, or maybe not even most of them, to be honest with you, because I know you've been in it for a while. You've had some, lulls, but you've had some good highs, and you stick with it, and you're super kind, and you saw something in me for whatever reason when I first worked with you.
You're really funny, and you're very authentic, 100% authentic, everything. Plus, he's not bad looking.
It's coming from her.
Yeah.
It's coming from Vicki B.
It's the whole package. Yeah.
But it's you see all of it when you watch it. You see like the love and the passion and the care and like the not taking it for granted. You're so grateful and thankful for everything. Like I see you interact with everybody in the club, all the audience members, and just you're so grateful for what you have and being able to do what you do so well.
Yeah.
Like I watch it, I get chills even just talking about it. Like it's inspiring.
I can't, I just feel so happy that I'm doing what I know I should be doing. Right. Even though I think we all kind of doubt ourselves every now and then. We go, is this, and then after a while you're like, man, you learned how to lay the brick. You've been a bricklayer for a long time, so at some point you know how to make a twisted chimney that you couldn't have made when you're beginning laying the brick. Mm-hmm. So you have developed skills, and you spend enough time on stage that you kind of go, I absolutely should be doing this right now.
Right.
There's nothing else I should be doing, and how yay that I get to be doing what I'm doing. And every time I pass a carpet store, because I worked in carpet for 20 years for my parents' carpet business, when I was 19 till I was so I started stand-up at 40. And every time I see a carpet store, I'm like, oh God, thank God. And I always listen to comics complain about how hard this business is and how shitty it is. And I'm like, why don't you just go sell carpet for a few months?
Right.
Come back to me.
Right.
And tell me how shitty this business is. Yeah. Or maybe you should just sell carpet, asshole. You're not going to be happy no matter where you are. You make more money selling carpet than you're making now.
Fucking right.
Doing this.
Right? I love it. Another thing that, you obviously, if you guys haven't seen Vicki, again, come on Tuesday. If you guys are from a different town, check her calendar. Amazing. I always knew you were amazing. Every time I've watched you, I've seen you do extremely well. But there was one moment where I literally stepped back and I was just like, holy fuck, I hope I get to 10% of this.
Aww.
And we were in Montana. It was our first show in Montana, which the whole run was so much fun. But when we first got there, we got into it was like a like a rodeo arena. It was a full arena. We're on the dirt part of it. We have a little stage set up, which is really nice.
And a trailer.
And a trailer in the back. And
that we got to come out of. And can I just interrupt for a minute?
Yeah.
This is the best part is the booker, he has a friend there who has a trailer business. So he borrowed this trailer. And he said to us very carefully, remember, he goes, don't really, you can be in the trailer, but don't touch anything. Don't do anything bad. Be very careful. Yeah. Pristine.
Right.
So right before the show started, I pulled him aside. I go, excuse me, I'm sorry. I couldn't. I had to take a shit.
I remember this.
And he goes.
Sign on it.
And he goes. Okay. And I'm like, I didn't take a shit. I was just fucking with you.
I remember.
That was the best.
I remember that. But so we were talking about how it's like the place was gorgeous, but it was interesting, the setup.
Yeah.
And then the opener that we had, Jackie, who was amazing.
Right. Yes.
Shout out to Jackie Rapetti.
Who joined us in Vegas a week or so ago.
Yes. So much fun. She did great. I went out and I felt like I had one of my best sets that I've ever had.
Amazing.
I got a ton of applause breaks.
Yep.
I'm like, I figured it out. I know how to do comedy forever now.
Exactly.
And then
that wasn't easy because that was spread out.
Yeah.
You killed it.
And then I watched Vicki come out, and when I tell you that there were not one, not two, but maybe 6 or 7 plus bleacher stomp breaks, I was like, holy fuck. I was like, I got applause breaks. She got people rattling the building by stomping the bleachers from laughing. So I was in the bleachers watching, and I was just...
Yeah, well, you set it up really good, so I just got to ride it out. And I mean, it's there's nothing like audiences that are in towns that, really appreciate. Like when you're in LA, you're in San Francisco, you're in New York. I mean, they appreciate, but they see everything all the time.
Right.
And then you go to smaller towns in the country, and they're so happy to get a show, and they're like so responsive.
Yep.
And it's so much fun.
Yeah.
It's so much fun.
And they come out and they love you. And another thing I love about you and what I've taken from you from being on the road with you, whenever I go on the road if I'm not with you, you love going exploring and finding locals that find like the gems of whatever town you're in.
Yeah.
You took me to the world's oldest brothel.
The world's oldest and largest brothel. The biggest brothel.
Yes.
132 rooms.
Yes.
And haunted. And you're the one that got the spook at the end.
That's what I wanted to talk about.
So the whole time, Spiro actually developed a back injury that day because of the stress, because he's so sensitive to the paranormal. And so
That's right. That's when it started.
Yes.
My surgery I almost died from stemmed from that.
Yes. The surgery was the dumbass surgeon, but the thing is, that was very cool, and you were like, ugh. And then we thought we didn't see anything, nothing weird happened till the very end. We went to take pictures, and every time we took Spiro's picture outside, he wasn't in the picture. We were all lined up, but there was no Spiro. It's really weird, and moved about 10 feet out into the street then, and now Spiro's appearing in the picture.
Yeah.
And that is absolutely true. And there was many witnesses to that.
Yeah. And even there was moments where even I tried to take like a selfie or anything, not even with my phone. We tried multiple phones because we just couldn't figure out what was going on. And like the phones wouldn't take the picture when I was in the group picture.
Yeah.
It was insane.
It was just so weird. Like not just one phone, all the phones. He just wasn't there.
All the phones. At first, we blamed Lou. Right. Rightfully so.
Absolutely
We thought it was Lou's fault.
Right.
And then we did just different phones and it just wasn't.
No.
It just wasn't working.
We ordered a book about that place, about from the Woman's Diary, the madams. Hey Lou, what was that called?
Venus Alley.
It's called Venus Alley.
That's right.
And the book is so good. If anybody wants to read a cool story about like what back in the times of Butte, Montana, huge 28,000 miners were there, about 1,800 prostitutes working at the same time, all in these brothels. So, and it's like a look at their lives, and it was just amazing. And I just read another book by another brothel owner because I'm fascinated with it. Yeah. If I could have anything, I would love to have a comedy club / brothel in Guam. Okay, I don't know. That's just my dream. I've never been to Guam, but I think it'd be beautiful. There's a lot of Marines there, a lot of beautiful Guam, and I would like only hire women that want to be there.
Yeah.
You know, like really want to be there. Pay them very well.
That'll be the most profitable
Right.
comedy club,
Comics,
and all the comics will be there.
Comics could come, and they would love to come to Guam.
Yeah.
And then, you know, I could give them a discount, not free.
Not free.
You know,
no.
but it's clearly the pick of the house.
Like a drink ticket.
Yeah.
Like a coochie
Yeah.
ticket.
Right. Yes, exactly. And we'd have men prostitutes as well. For sure. And all sexuality, all genders, yeah, everything. It's a full service. I read that back in the day there used to be women lesbian brothels as well.
Oh, wow.
For just women to go to.
Okay.
And just, mostly they just want to talk and relax. I'm not kidding you. I just read that.
Build some cabinets and
Chat.
shelves. Yeah.
Coffee.
Chat. Coffee.
I'm not kidding. Truly.
Well, Vicki, this was fun.
This is
I said,
it?
Yeah, I said we're going to keep it short.
That's all there is?
It's been 30 minutes already.
Gee, I'm sorry.
I know.
We
We're good.
mostly talked about pedicures.
I mean,
That's good.
next time we'll have you again so we can talk about manicures because I know you brought up both.
Oh, that's the most secondly important thing. Note to self and everyone else, if you're in the entertainment industry and you actually have leopard painted on your nails, you can call that a costume and write it off on your taxes.
I love it. I love it.
You too.
I could do all of this.
Yeah.
This all being written off.
Absolutely.
Oh, yeah.
My, you must have a lot of write-offs. Those looks like some expensive jeans.
No.
But you are quite a dresser.
I mean, I have a...
Everyone loves his plaid pants. After the last show, all these people got on social media and asked me about the guy in the tight plaid pants. They thought he was funny and sexy.
Hey, it's a look, and I've been told that it's a good look.
I'm not one to criticize fashion. I like something that stands out. I like the tight plaid check pants.
Well, I can't promise the plaid check pants tomorrow.
You
but
can't wear them every week, but there's
Yes.
going to be women disappointed all over the country.
I shall just have to disappoint them, and they'll just have to wait till next time, I guess. Well, Vicki, again, always a pleasure.
Thank you so much.
We're gonna hang out tomorrow. And
Can't wait.
Have our wonderful show. So every Tuesday, Jimmy Kimmel's Comedy Club, 7 p.m. You got Ron Vi hosting, amazing, hilarious headliner hosting the show, crazy fun. We got guest spots. I'm there most of the time when I'm in town. We have other locals and
Spiro and I travel together on the road too frequently, so you could look for us both together when we're out on the road as well.
That's right. Vicki, do you have any social media you'd like to plug?
Oh, please, I do. Shanika, my best friend, and I have a show called Trailer Park Diaries. It's a podcast Bill Burr is producing. Trailer Park Diaries. We're in season 3, but start with season 1 if you haven't seen it. And we find these diaries and we read them. But season 4, what we're looking for is people to send us their secret stories they always wanted to tell, but we're too afraid to tell or get it off their chests. So we're asking them to send us their stories. So there'll be information about that on my Instagram, but that'll be really fun.
That sounds like so much fun. I can't wait for all
Nasty.
that. Well, guys, thank you so much. This has been Koalaty Time with Spiro and Vicki Barbolak. We'll see you next week.
Koalaty Time. That was fun.
Was that good? Thank you, Vicki. I
Thank
appreciate
you.
you. That was